Coming up on Double Take Sports Talk, we will update you with headlines and news, matchups to start off the week in the NBA. That is next. All right, this is it. Double Take Sports Talk with the Watch Brothers. Thank you for tuning in. Darrell, on the opposite side, say hello to Darrell to everybody.
Hello, welcome to the show. All right, we're here.
Man. We're here. All right, man. You doing good, man? How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good.
Okay, man. We got some things that we need to cover here this week in the NBA. Man, you ready to rock this one?
Let's do it.
All right, man. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the final scores and stats from the previous nights, well, I should say, playoff edition, first round, game ones. Darren, it's your floor, man.
Okay, thank you for joining us today. We have a total of 2 nights worth of games. We could start with the final scores and key stats for Saturday, April 15, 2017. There was a total of 4 games. We would start with game 1 of the Eastern Conference round 1 series between the Indiana Pacers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers escaped the Pacers 109 to 108. LeBron James, 32 points, 6 rebounds, 13 assists. And then we go to game 1 in the Eastern Conference round 1 series between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Toronto Raptors. The Bucks wins this game 97 to 83. The Bucks outscored the Raptors by 19 in just the second half. Game 1 in the Western Conference round 1 series between the Memphis Grizzlies and the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs wins this game 111 to 82. Kawhi Leonard ties postseason high with just 32 points. In the last game of the night, game 1 in the Western Conference round 1 series between the Utah Jazz and the Los Angeles Clippers. The Jazz pulls this one off 97 to 95. Joe Johnson beats the buzzer beater with a floater. And now let's go to last night's games, April 16, 2017. There was also just a total of 4 games. We will start with game 1 of the Eastern Conference round 1 series between the Atlanta Hawks and the Washington Wizards. The Wizards wins this game 114 to 107. John Wall, 32 points, 14 assists. Game 1 of the Western Conference round 1 series between the Portland Trailblazers and the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors wins this game 121 to 109. Draymond Green, 19 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference round 1 series between the Chicago Bulls and the Boston Celtics. The Bulls wins this game 106 to 102. The Bulls take control with an 8-0 run. In the last game of the night, the Western Conference round 1 series between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Houston Rockets. The Rockets wins the way with this game 118 to 87. James Harden outscored Russell Westbrook 37 to 22. These are your final scores and key stats for April 15th and the 16th of 2017.
Okay, give me your final scores and stats for the previous nights of the first rounds of the game one to the playoffs. Now, this is a very interesting topic. We're going to go ahead and go back to the Pacers and the Cavs game. We're going to take a look at some analysis. Pretty good game going in the second half. Darren, what you got for us?
Let's be real here. I'm just going to be flat out honest when I say this.
Do it.
The Pacers did good. Regardless to the fact of them struggling in the first half, they went in there and they fought.
Yes, sir.
Especially exactly in the fourth quarter. Now, a lot of people think that their defense sucked because of the fact that they kept switching. Believe it or not, at some point, that switching did work. The switching did work.
Yes, it did.
You just have to be able to pay attention more to how you go about switching. It's all about how you do it. And believe it or not, part of that reason why they came back into that game was because of the switching on defense. Not recognizing matchups, thinking that, okay, this would be a mismatch, only probably would it hurt them more than it did an advantage in the first half. Taking a look at some brief analysis. This is pretty much analysis from game one, just pretty much all the stats put together just for one game. It's the actual totals for their averages of the game. But looking at this just real briefly, just to highlight one thing, Cavs led as many by 12. That's a disappointment. There's no way the Pacers should have came back in this game.
I agree.
If they led as many as 12, they should not have came back in this game. But what happened? They came back. They came back. That's what happened, flat out. Plain and simple.
But you know what hurt them. You should know what hurt them, Darren. You should know exactly what hurt them besides the switching.
What hurt them, here's my take. This is just my take. And I may not be on the same page as you, but here's was one of the things that hurted them on the behalf of – here we go. On the behalf of – there's a couple things that hurt them. The first thing, in my personal opinion, I don't know if it's the same as yours, first thing that hurt them – my goodness, help me out here. Here we go. First thing that hurt them, that hurt the Cavs. Here we go. First thing that hurt them, although they had these, their second chance points stunk in the second half.
That's not what I'm thinking about, but you get there.
That's one of them for me. One of them that hurt them was the fact that their second chance points coming off of offensive rebounds. In the whole game overall, first quarter, the Pacers had 5 second chance points, had 3 offensive rebounds. The Cavs had 6 points, 3 offensive rebounds. And then the second quarter, Pacers had none off of 2 offensive rebounds, and Cavs only had 1 point off of 2 offensive rebounds. And then in the third quarter, again, the Pacers had none to 3 offensive rebounds, and the Cavs had 2 points off of 2 offensive rebounds. But then the fourth quarter is where everything changed. The Pacers had 6 points off of 4 offensive rebounds, and the Cavs only had 2 points off of 5 offensive rebounds. That's one of the things that probably led them back into this game besides the switching. The other –
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now, I was going to tell you what really what I thought personally that's going to hurt them. Now, I think you're going to bring it up eventually, but go ahead with your statements. Go ahead with your statements.
So, if anything, on the behalf of Cleveland, the other thing that they did do good of in the beginning of the game was they got off to a fast start, but then they just collapsed the second half. That was one of the things that hurt them because they didn't think that the Pacers were going to be able to compose themselves and come back and win in this game. That's one of the other things that hurt Cleveland. They did not play the game all the way through.
Right.
They didn't play the game all the way through. But the other thing that got the Cleveland Cavaliers almost lost was, believe it or not, in my personal opinion, is the assists. Although the Pacers had 21 assists to their 26 in the second half alone, their ability to get better open looks compared to their better open looks, to their open looks. And then not to mention when the Pacers were late, look what happened here. This collapsed.
Right there.
That collapsed.
There. That's what hurt the Cavs. Right there.
Yeah. That hurt them. That hurt them. That hurt them. Look at the Pacers. 85%. They practically drove back into this game that quickly alone just with the free throws. Right if it was in the first quarter, right if it was the second quarter. It don't even matter where it was at. They came back into this game because those free throws helped them.
Yeah.
And the free throws hurted them. It stretched the game. They went out and they stretched the game. A lot of people are looking at this as a bad view for the fact that the Pacers lost this game. No, I look at this as a good view because this is the second time that they got close to Cleveland and couldn't finish. One day in this series, they're going to figure them out and they might just move on if they keep on. Yeah. Just saying.
Cleveland has
just saying
up during the regular season. I bet you that during the previews of the first round of the playoffs, they have struggled there.
They struggled.
That's what hurt them.
Yeah.
Charity stripe.
It's hurt them all along. It hurt them. So you have to be able to maintain. You have to maintain them, and you have to be able to continue to now. At this point, you might have to continue to get them to the free throw line because it look like they're not doing too good at the free throw line anyway. So get Tristan Thompson to the free throw line. He's a good person to get to the free throw line. He'll miss all your free throws for you.
Even LeBron James, he'll miss some free throws too.
But I wouldn't want him on the free throw line. Put Tristan Thompson on there. Because that might just get LeBron James going. They ain't going to get Tristan Thompson going. Get him to the free throw line. I guarantee he'll miss 90% of his free throws. Now, the only way you could put LeBron on there is when he's worn out. That's what you put him on the free throw line. Put him on the free throw line then.
Not like he was worn out Saturday. So I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Sticking with the Pacers, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the matchup for tonight's game. Of course, Pacers Cavs, 7 o'clock tip-off at Quicken Loans Arena. Well, not arena, but arena. I sound like Elmer Fudd.
Okay. That's the first person that popped into my head, that ball man. That's the first thing that popped into my head. Yeah, Elmer Fudd.
My man, Elmer Fudd.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right. Of course, the last time these two teams met, of course, was Saturday night, Saturday early afternoon. Of course, they edged out a 1-point win, 108 to 109. Now, with that being said, that was supposed to be my game. Okay, here we go. In that game, Monte Ellis had 11 points for the Pacers in that loss. He was shooting 4 for 8. Miles Turner had 11 points, 8 rebounds, and he had 4 steals. And he also added a critical block to the second half that gave breathing room for the Pacers to complete the comeback. Yes, complete the comeback, but still lost the game. The Pacers finished the game shooting 49% from the field. Indiana outscored Cleveland 46-42 in the paint. Bam. Hint. And shot 11 for 24 from downtown and 17 for 20 from the charity stripe. Paul George's 6 3-pointers were one shy of NBA franchise record of threes made in a playoff game. George hit 7 3-pointers on May 11, 2014 in Washington. Reggie Miller also accomplished the feat twice, and Chuck Purser did it once. After shooting over 60% for much of the afternoon, the Cavaliers finished the game with a field goal percentage of 54. Get LeBron James in the post.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get him in the post.
I already got the sneak preview on that behalf, pretty much for me.
Hint. So, all right, a couple things to note real quick. That was the last time the two teams met. That was Saturday night. There's a couple things to note here. The Cavaliers have won 12 consecutive games against the Eastern Conference opponents at Quicken Loans Arena. The Pacers out-rebounded the Cavaliers 41-34 in Game 1. There should be another sneak preview right there.
Yep.
Even though the Cavaliers made 7 more trips to the free throw line, the Pacers have made more free throws, 17 to 14. Cleveland was 14 for 27. Pacers 17 for 20.
This was all in the recap of that game. It was all in the recap.
All in the recap. So just a little friendly reminder, of course, of a preview heading on to Game 2 tonight. So, with that being said, injury report. Straight to the point, Cass has nobody to report. For the Pacers, of course, the two same people, Glenn Robinson III and Al Jefferson. Of course, Robinson's going to be out with a sore left calf, and Al Jefferson is questionable with a high ankle sprain. Well, I ain't going to say high, but evidently it's high enough that he probably won't be playing. Projected starters for the game. For the Cavaliers, you got Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith as your 1 and 2, LeBron James as your 3, Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson as your 4 and 5. Well, Colin said it right. The chums, not the champs. But anyway, for the Pacers, Jeff Teague and Monte Ellis is your 1 and 2, Paul George is your 3, Thaddeus Young and Miles Turner, the 4 and 5. All right, once again, Game 2. 7 o'clock Eastern Time at Quicken Loans Arena. Game 2.
Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the analysis portion of this game. We're going to take a look at the preview analysis for Game 2 of the Indiana Pacers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. There's a couple of things that they're going to need to be able to do in order to win this game. Keys to victory for the game. Number one, start out strong and don't look back. Plain and simple. Start out strong, do not look back. If you come out strong, continue to stay strong and do not look back. Do not look back. You have to continue to push and push and push. Who cares about if LeBron James is down on one knee because he didn't get a foul call? Take that advantage for a 5-on-4 break. Anything that happens on that behalf, take advantage of it tonight. Just saying. Second thing that needs to happen in order to win for them to win this game is to continue to pass the ball for open looks, particularly in the paint. They cannot handle the Pacers in the paint. Continue to attack the paint. They can't handle it. They do not know how to play defense in the paint. Get them in the paint. Get them in the paint. You'll do a lot better. And it's similar to this being number 3, very similar. Paul George, if he's being guarded by LeBron James, you need to work on your post game so you can humiliate him. Work on your post game so you can be able to humiliate LeBron James on the defensive end when he is guarding you in the paint. Otherwise, if you try to get him to do everything else, he might be able to get you, but you need to be able to get him to play defense in the paint and as a post scorer. Don't go for no layups because he's a chase down artist. Get him with fadeaways. Get him with fadeaways.
I agree.
Get him with the fadeaways. That would be the only way you can get him off his heels and his toes because he's not going to be able to know what to do with it. He knows what to do with it when you drive in because he's going to block it. Get him away from the basket. The basket is like the magnet to him. Keep him away from it.
Word. Right on.
Keys to victory number 3. Yeah, number 3. Cleveland's still confused. They are still confused. Take that advantage. No matter what they do. They're still confused. We all know this because first off, they shouldn't have let the Pacers come back. That was the first thing. The second thing that happened was the fact that they let the game come close. They're still confused. Take advantage of that vulnerability and attack them. Attack them.
I agree.
Attack them.
Yeah.
And then the last key to victory for the Pacers is to continue to keep them off the boards and stop them as an entire team. Entire team.
Rebound. So,
yeah. Entire team. Take that advantage. Take them, just like how y'all did game 1, continue to rebound, although I think they won the offensive battle on the offensive boards. I forgot just that quick. But take advantage of these defensive and offensive rebounds. Take advantage of them. They're going to miss a lot of shots. They're going to miss a lot of free throws. Take advantage of these rebounds and take advantage of scoring them into opportunities. Okay. Let these be opportunities. They're going to give you a lot. Take them. Take them. Yeah, just take them. Just like with anything. If something's given to you, give what's given to you. Take what's given to you.
Right.
Take what's given to you. Then the keys to victory for the Pacers and the Cavs. Darrell, anything you want to add to that?
Good work, first of all. And yes, I do want to add just one small thing to that. Well, of course, as you said, that rebounding is a big factor. Of course, they out-rebounded them 41-34 in game 1. So, yes, they need to do that. I agree with that. But here's something else. I think I'm going to be a big hate guy for this. So here's what I think needs to happen.
Probably for Cleveland, yeah, but not probably for the Pacers.
Well, let's play this for now. Just hear me out. Okay. I know everybody remember Game 6 of the 2014 Eastern Conference Finals.
Don't even think about saying let Lance Stevenson do his shenanigans. Don't even do it.
Here's what I think needs to happen.
Oh, my goodness.
You know how Lance Stevenson blew in his ear? LeBron James' ear?
Yes.
Make this man uncomfortable. Kiss him on the cheek instead.
You want them to lose this game, do you?
He wasn't feeling it after that. Make him uncomfortable. Why not?
They won the series.
Yeah, they won the series, but if they didn't let games 2, 3, and 4 slip, this probably would have been a 7-game series. Give the man a kiss. See what happens.
You know what? Now that I think about it, give that a shot. Now I think about it, you might be right. You might be right.
I threw him off his rhythm. Lance Stevenson would guard LeBron James like if he was just nobody's business. He had him on lock.
You got a point.
Look, let me be honest with you. Everybody may disagree with me, but Lance Stevenson, he can intimidate LeBron James. LeBron James is I'm sorry. LeBron James cannot handle Lance Stevenson.
You got a point.
Give that man a kiss. Kiss him on the cheek.
You got a point.
See if he gets uncomfortable.
You got a point.
Bird didn't like the shenanigans when he blew in his ear. I loved it. Nobody gives a damn what you think. I loved it. It made him uncomfortable throughout the rest of the game. Even though not game 6, game 5, even though game 6 that they did get blown out, but it made the man uncomfortable. It made the man uncomfortable. So you have to, I think if you do that, see what happens.
Because they all a whole team, so it only going to take one person to collapse before everybody else collapse, so it might just work. And plus, they're already confused.
Yeah, they're struggling, so why not?
Yeah, it might work. It might work. Yeah, it might just work. That's all I have.
All right. There it be.
The predictions. Darrell, who do you have?
Even though I took the Cavs, not the Cavs, even though I took the Pacers the first game, I'm going to repeat. Go with the Pacers again.
Yeah, I'm going with the Pacers, without a doubt. I agree. I'm not about there to give up on them. They're too close to comfort. I got them. Keep digging for that gold. You keep digging for that diamonds. You're going to get them. The Pacers are going to get them. I got them game too.
Right now, Cleveland's just in the ground, growing mode.
Yeah, they're in the ground, growing mode. So, got the Pacers game too. I think they got to figure it out. I just think they got to go out and execute it. They're going to have some problems in the beginning sinking, but they'll get it together. I got them. I got the Pacers game too.
Me too, there. Me too. Before we get to the analysis portion of the Cubs and the Cardinals' respective teams, I'm just going to throw this out there. If you enjoy doing things that you really love, don't be cooking while you're doing it.
That I agree. I agree.
I almost burnt this house down.
Mm-hmm. Serves you right. It serves you right.
Derek, go ahead and do the analysis. I'm done with you.
Okay, we're going to do the preview for the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs for tonight's Monday night game. Game 1 features we'll start with the Chicago Cubs, of course. Game 1, the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field. First pitch is at 8:05 p.m. Central Time. You can catch this game on CSN for the Chicago Cubs. I have no idea what that is. Whoever from Chicago can fill that in. The starting pitchers for the Pirates, Chase Anderson with a 1-0 record with an ERA of 0.69 and 11 strikeouts. Going up against John Lackey, the 1-1 guy with a 3 even ERA and 17 strikeouts. So that's going to be an interesting matchup for Game 1, Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs. Game 2, Tuesday, April 18, 2017. First pitch, 8:05 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch that game on WGN. Of course, we're all familiar with WGN, Indiana and Chicago. The starting pitchers for the Pirates, we had Jimmy Nelson, 1-0 record with a 1.38 ERA with 13 strikeouts. Going up against Brett Anderson, also 1-0 with a 0.84 ERA and 6 strikeouts. And then we go down to Game 3, Wednesday, April 19, 2017. First pitch is at 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch that game on WGN MLB Network, out of market only. And then those of you that don't know what that means, it is unable to be seen by viewers on other broadcast and cable television networks due to the games not being broadcast in the local market. So you have
trust me, you will not be able to see it on MLB app either. I have tried it.
Yes, so you will have to actually have the MLB Network in order for you to see this game. The starting pitchers, the Pittsburgh Pirates, Tommy Malone with a 1-0 record with a 7.36 ERA and 7 strikeouts, going up against Kyle Hendricks, a 1-1 record with a 5.73 ERA and 9 strikeouts. That is your preview for the Chicago Cubs and the Milwaukee Brewers at Wrigley Field. You can catch all 3 of those games at Wrigley Field starting on Monday night. Play Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And for the St. Louis Cardinals, Game 1, Pittsburgh Pirates versus the St. Louis Cardinals at Busch Stadium. First pitch is at 7:05 Eastern Time. Your starting pitchers for the Pirates, you have Ivan Nova with a 1-1 record with a 2.25 ERA and 5 strikeouts, going up against Lance Lynn of the St. Louis Cardinals with a 0-1 record with a 5.23 ERA and 8 strikeouts. You can catch this game on ESPN, and this is also out of market only. Game 2, Tuesday, April 18, 2017. First pitch is at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Your starting pitcher is Chad Cole with a 1-0 record with a 2.38 ERA and 11 strikeouts. Going up against Mike Leake with a 1-1 record for the St. Louis Cardinals with a 0.60 ERA and 13 strikeouts. And then Game 3, Wednesday, April 19, 2017. First pitch is at 1:45. Your starting pitchers for the Pirate is Garrett Cole with a 1-1 record with a 5.29 ERA and 11 strikeouts, going up against Michael Wacha with a 1-1 record with a 3 even ERA and 14 strikeouts. You can catch this game on FSN for the St. Louis Cardinals fans out there. That's the preview for the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals upcoming game tonight. Start a brand new series. Darrell, who do you have for these games?
Okay. I got the Cubs in the series against the Brewers. That's the 3-game series, right?
Correct.
Yes. So I got the Cubs 2-1. For the Pirates and Cardinals, I got the Cardinals 2-1.
Wow. I'm going against both of them. I got the Brewers for the Cubs, and I got the Pirates for the Cardinals. Yes. The Brewers, I believe, are going to win against the Cubs, and I believe that the Pirates are going to win. They're not going to sweep them. They're just going to win 2-1, both sides. Pittsburgh 2-1, and Chicago is going to lose 2-1. Well, in that sense, 1-2.
What? Never mind. Never mind.
I'm just saying.
You are really a negative person today. What is going on with you?
Wait a minute. Why do I got hold back up? Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold the phone. How am I negative? How
you got the Brewers over the Cubs? Are you serious? And then you got the Pirates over the Cardinals?
Oh, the Cardinals can't stand a chance to get the Pirates. They can't stand a chance. Have you seen their record? It's not looking good. No, I got Pittsburgh in this game. I got them 2-1. Now, I was being nice because I could have said they could have swept them.
I'm sorry. These are NL battles, man. This is the NL Central battles, man. I got the 2 top teams respectively. The Cubs against the Brewers and the Cardinals against the Pirates.
Not doing it.
Said enough.
Not doing it because
the Cubs and the Cardinals are the 2 top teams in the NL Central. I don't give a crap what their record is.
Sorry, not this time. I got the opposites this time. I got the opposites.
Maybe I should reach to that screen and just tighten your tie up a little more.
You can because it's already tightened up.
I can tell you have absolutely no circulation. Pirates, you got to be kidding me.
That's the preview for the St. Louis Cardinals, Chicago Cubs, and that was the predictions for the game.
Unbelievable. All right. Now that we took a look at that, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the headlines from the sports world of NBA, NFL, and MLB. We're going to kick this one off with the NBA this time. Loosen that tie a little bit while you're at it.
I ain't doing that, man. It's tied just fine.
Anyway.
Can't win.
You right. Can't win.
Me, not you.
Nah, I can't win for the lick of nothing because of you. Can't win for the lick of nothing.
Whatever, Darrell. That's how you feel.
Okay. All right. NBA side, headlines from the NBA real quickly. If this is right, Isaiah Thomas's sister got killed in a car wreck.
That is correct.
Yes. Okay. Rudy Gobert exits opener with a hyperextended knee, and he did that
early in the game.
Yes, the first possession of the game.
It still won.
It
still won.
Off Joe Johnson. So, yeah, that's a big thing. So that makes me wonder how Isaiah Thomas is going to handle this especially her sister getting killed at during the playoffs.
A lot of people, a lot of players, we see Michael Jordan do it. They use that as a motivational type of tactic to be able to come out there and still play the game. Michael Jordan did it.
Are different.
Yeah.
Some people's emotions are different, though.
But I'm just saying most of them. Michael Jordan was one of them. It was somebody else that did the same thing. Brett Favre.
Yep.
Brett Favre did the same
had
thing.
a monsters game.
Yeah.
Both of them had Jordan had a monsters game. And not only that, won the title. And then Brett Favre had a monsters night when his father died. He threw 4 touchdowns?
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think he threw a pick that game either.
No, he did not. Yeah. Means a lot. That's like that's an emotional tactic for them to use to still focus on the game at the same time. It's hard, and I don't know how they do it. They're really good doing that. So I don't know how they're going to do that. We'll see how Isaiah Thomas do in throughout the playoff series.
Yeah. Word. All right, the NBPA takes issue with Phil Jackson's comments.
Get over it.
Right to the next, exactly. Leads right to the next one. He has said that Carmelo Anthony is better off elsewhere.
I agree.
People, get past yourself.
Yeah, get past it.
Let's be real here. They had a poor season with Carmelo Anthony in or out.
Well, there's another perspective also to this side. You also have to consider the fact that Phil Jackson trying to come in and coach a team that he has no idea that he needs to be coaching. He needs to stay in the front office. That's the other part of that problem. I think if Jeff Hornacek was to actually sit down and take over this team as a coaching perspective, then maybe Carmelo Anthony would do a little better.
I agree. Instead of doing the triangular trap. Look, that was good for you in Chicago and Los Angeles because you was a coach.
That exactly, coach. You're not a coach.
Let Hornacek do his thing.
Otherwise, get rid of him and you be coach, because now you're just wasting money. I hate that. That just drives me up a wall. I'm sorry, it drives me up a wall.
Mm-hmm. And this is interesting. I don't know what this is about. I had meant to look this up, but I didn't. Porzingis skips exit meeting with the Knicks.
Too much drama. This whole Carmelo Anthony thing, too much drama. That's all that is.
Gotcha.
He said, I cannot deal with all this drama that's going on in the front office. I'm not doing it.
And I'm sorry. And look, Porzingis, and that's the thing. Porzingis could be their rebuild.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That could be their rebuild. I mean, he is a fabulous player. To me, is a stretch big.
He is.
He's a stretch big.
He needs to be able to get that help. He's going to need somebody like Carmelo Anthony, but can't have somebody in the front office trying to be a head coach that's already out there on the court. Never mind. Go ahead, Darrell, because I don't want to be on this all day. Never mind. Not even going to do it.
We're going to go ahead and move on to the NFL side of this real quick. Sammy Watkins is in the wait of a long-term contract with the Buffalo Bills. So the deadline's coming. He's still waiting. See what happens with this one.
Mm-hmm.
I think he should stay, but, hey,
of course.
Business is business. And, of course, we mentioned it on Saturday's podcast that Marshawn Lynch had recently filled out reinstatement papers. Now, he is in agreement with the Raiders, as being reported. The only thing now is that he has to wait for the Seahawks to trade him. Once that happens, they're going to trade him, and then bam, that's it. He will be a Raider, and he will be back. So that's how that goes with that ordeal.
I wonder how long that's going to take, though. That's what I want to know. I mean, just as a perspective of trying to find the right people to trade and draft picks or whatever they're doing, I wonder how long that's going to take to be able to get that situated. I'm just very curious about that.
Well, I would be surprised if Richard Sumner somehow got involved. I would not be surprised about that.
In a three-way trade, because they're talking about him going to New England.
Right. Well, actually, they also talk about Oakland, too. having an Apostle reunite between Lynch and Beast Mode and Sherman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see.
That's fair. Yeah.
We'll see about that.
Yeah.
Here's another thing that caught my attention on this, dear. Todd Heap's daughter got killed in a tragic death.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, he ran over his daughter. So that's heart-wrenching.
I'm really speechless, if anything. So I'm just
you really can't say that.
No, because it freak accidents happen sometimes. So
yeah, freak accidents.
I know everything. I'm speechless on that behalf.
Yeah, I know he is just like feeling like crap right now. I know he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, they need all the prayers they could get right now during this tough one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Vikings veteran Robinson says he intends to retire after the 2018 season.
Who?
I forgot his name. It's a Vikings veteran.
Oh, okay.
Devin McCourty, host Patriots, are interested in his twin brother, Jason McCourty. Let's see about that.
No kidding.
As we see twins' histories don't work out. You see Markeith and Marcus?
Yeah, you see me and you? Just saying.
Yeah, you got that right.
Yeah.
The Houston Texans are exercising their rights to Javane and Clowney. 5th-year option. Hugh Jackson prefers defensive end Myles Garrett over a QB at number 1. They do. I mean, they do need defense, but at the same time, they need a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I had predicted with was it Will Walker? I think it was. I don't remember. I had said something with somebody that I believed that Deshaun Washington was going to go to Cleveland.
Oh, that was probably Will.
That's probably Will Walker.
That's probably Will Walker.
Yeah. So, yeah, that is the deal with the NFL side. And the MLB side, of course, Cubs got presented with their rings.
108, I think it was 108 diamonds?
108 diamonds, yes. 108 diamonds. Represents the drought. I got to see the ring, too. If you want to see it, check it out on MLB.com. It's on there. If there was a way that I can actually kind of talk to somebody and get a deal going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though I can't wear it like that. But.
Oh, yeah.
So, Mr. Sanchez has a blister, so now he is on the 10-day disabled list. Britton, he is on the DL with left forearm tightness. And I think Andrew McCutcheon came up in a clutch.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was against the Cardinals. Is that right? Or was that against the Cubs?
Cubs.
Okay. So yeah. Still ain't gonna win the series against the Cardinals.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I got for the That's all I got for the sports world, NBA, NFL, and MLB.
Mm-hmm. Bet you do.
Final thoughts. Darren, you got something?
Real quick, actually, I do.
I'm shocked.
I do. I actually got something. I want to draw your attention to this real quick. It's a whiteboard, as you can see. I just want to bring this to the attention of everybody real quick. I got to take a look at the final play of the Indiana Pacers Cleveland Cavaliers Game 1 series. I was very disappointed in how that ended out. And everybody is on the blame of Nate McMillan, and I'm not really on the blame of Nate McMillan. I am actually more on the blame of C.J. Miles than I am Nate McMillan. The original play stood after this. Now, I'm not a good artist, but hopefully you get the point in when I share this. Imagine this being an NBA court, and imagine this right here being the half-court line right here. Of course, I can't draw, but imagine this being the half-court line. I say Paul George was about right there with two defenders on him, being 1 and 2. LeBron James, and I forgot who this one was right here. C.J. Miles right here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
This represents the free throw line. This represents the 3-point arm.
Thank you. Thank you. So that being said, here's Paul George right here. What he decides to do when he sees this 2 double team, that leads to 2 conclusions. 1, somebody's open, and 2, he needs to pass the ball. So what does he do? He does just that. He passed the ball. Thank you. He passed the ball to C.J. Miles. And what do Paul George do? He runs over and chases the ball. C.J. Miles goes in within the 3-point line inside the arc there, and he lands right here. Paul George lands right here where C.J. Miles was at. Now, you usually have 2 options on his behalf. If you're C.J. Miles, you are supposed to be looking for Mr. Paul George. But Paul George stands here for about another half a second. So C.J. Miles pump fakes his defender. Good thing to do. Get him off his toes. Cleveland at this point is not playing man-to-man defense. They are chasing the ball. If this is me in the perspective of Nate McMillan, you need to give Paul George this ball. Here's the play originally played. C.J. Miles pump fake and then shot the ball. You still had 1.9 seconds left. Something could have happened. If Rick Smith can pump fake the ball and shoot the ball with 1.4 seconds left, you could definitely pump fake and pass the ball for Paul George to easily lay it in. Because that lane right here, that was all open. It was all open. So Paul George goes and start running the minute C.J. Miles pump fake. Now, C.J. Miles could have went on ahead and finished and started to shoot the ball, but then should have passed it out to Paul George to make him connect to get the ball and lay it in, and the Pacers should have won game 1. Because they were all just standing around looking goofy. They didn't know what to do. That should have been something that should have happened, and the Pacers should have won game 1. But no, C.J. Miles had to take it upon himself to shoot the ball and thought that it would be cute for him to do that. And that at that point kind of really just made me mad. Take the ball. Give it to Paul George. He gave it to C.J. Miles for a reason, to get the double team off of him and soften them up. And it did soften them up because he could have went for the layup and for the win.
You know,
but didn't do it.
And that's just the aspect of when you speak about a person's team. You know, you talk about when ESPN did their winning time, Reggie Miller against the Knicks.
Yeah.
You know, when John Starks was asking for the ball with Patrick Ewing was on a double team. Patrick Ewing ended up getting out the double team, and he laid it up, but he missed it. But the point is that that's Patrick Ewing's team.
Exactly.
That's his team. He is going to make the choice if he wants to actually give it out.
Yep.
John Starks to shoot the game, or he's going to take it upon himself to take the game with a shot. That's options that you have. Paul George, being that his team, he gave the ball up because he saw the double team, and he's not very good at,
and out of double teams. Exactly.
So he gave the ball to C.J. Miles, expecting to give it back to him. That didn't happen. So instead, C.J. Miles took that game with a shot. So, yes, you cannot get mad at Nate McMillan for that. The only person you can really get upset with that
is C.J. Miles. It's C.J. Miles. Inexcusable, and Pacers should have won. Pacers should have won game 1.
I agree. But see, and Paul George said it.
He has to get the ball.
He has to get the ball.
Yeah.
He has to get the ball. He was tearing them up all night, all game long.
Mm-hmm.
He was tearing them up. So, yeah, absolutely, dear.
That's all I have, Darrell.
Yep, good work on that. I have absolutely nothing on their behalf. I'm glad you commented on that. So that gave me my final thoughts. So good work on that. All right. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up and get on out of here. That ends another edition of Double Take Sports Talk. If you like what you see, you get a video thumbs up. How you feel about today's show, you can just comment on the comment section below. As usual, we are here. But in the meantime, I'm Darrell. Darrell's on the opposite side.
Putting on my jacket. Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Sorry, I had to belch. Anyway, catch up with us on another episode of Double Take Sports Talk. Until then, Ciao.
You're disgusting, Darrell. You're just disgusting. Ciao.
Double Take Sports Talk here with me, Darrell Watts. As many of you know, me and Darren enjoy talking sports and giving out stats, but we also enjoy entertaining while doing it. So with that being said, you can check us out on the social media side and get more involved in our podcast. And we're on Twitter at DTST2414, or you like us on Facebook, Double Take Sports Talk page at The Watch Brothers. We're also on YouTube. Like, share, do what you gotta do with that. Once again, we don't mind. Also, we are finally back on the podcast app for audio only purposes for those who enjoy audio only of our podcast. We're also on the blog, feature critical thinking and analysis, and you can check that out at doubleTakeSportsTalk.blogspot.com. Thanks again.
We got two playmakers and a sharpshooter.
If you could stay on the sharpshooter, he had one shot, but that was it. But for the most part, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Playmaking. Good shot.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I meant to pass it to James. Mm, 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 mm.
Yeah. Good, bro. I'm trying to help out. I sure was gonna try to swat it.
Oh, yeah.
You know it.
As you all day, Bill. Thank you.
Should have been. Good save, Darren.
Yeah. No, don't do it. Thank you.
Good save.
Ah, what the?
Come on. He ripped it.
He did. If they're gonna win this game, they're gonna have to win it without the sharpshooter.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we want too.
Exactly. Because I'm not letting him get.
You gonna have to earn it.
Exactly. I am not letting him get anything.
Oh, come on. I just need one. Ah, I'm sagged out. That was on me.
It's all good. Get back at it.
Oh, damn. I got the ankle breaker and then lost the ball. What kind of shit is that?
Word. Mm.
That was defense. What is you talking about? You spooked the hell out of him coming up like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm not giving them a chance. Good shot. Man. Word.
Mm-hmm. Oh, get the foul! Oh my God, bro!
Word. Oh, yeah. Mm. That sounds about right. All day.
But, hell yeah. Good save. Good save. Good save.
Yep. Yeah. Nope.
Get that. Get that. And they only got 8 on the clock.
My bad, y'all.
Good. Frozen. You ain't making that out right there.
Yes, sir. Good. Yep.
Good job there.
Yep.
Where?
Ah. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, if somebody was supposed to block that. It didn't matter between you or Darrell. It didn't even matter. Somebody was supposed to have blocked it. My bad. Get 9 on the board.
Still our ball.
With 9 on the board.
Yeah. Please don't let us have to take it out from down here. Oh,
Yes, we do. Yeah. Mm, mm. Yes, sir. Cashed in. They're trying to get the sharpshooter open. Yeah. Yeah, the one I'm guarding.
I mean, you could do that, but that ain't gonna do nothing but just allow us to still have the ball.
Exactly. Got to jumping like grasshoppers. Thank you.
Knock it down.
Yes, sir. You got it. Yeah. Whoops.
My feelings hurt.
Yep, big time.
Yeah, well.
Nice knowing you.
Darren, I thought you was gonna keep going.
I did. He blocked him out of animation.
Okay, damn. D-Dub, slow it down some, brother.
You slid out of court.
Hell yeah, you took off. That's on you.
You did. You took. You look like you was doing a Michael Jackson there for a minute.
For real, boy, your nigga slid right out of
Yes, he did. He did. I sat there, watched that. Next. Yep, that sounds about right.
See, like knowing that we getting more Mountain Dew tokens, I would be like, okay, we could go play for the higher up